You're listening to Protecting What Matters by the Ohio Department of Commerce. Commerce is Ohio's chief regulator, and we play a vital role in keeping you safe by protecting your property, your money, and some of the products you use every day. This is designed to bring awareness to important issues and help educate consumers and businesses. Join us as we chat with trusted industry experts focused on providing you with the tools you need to help you protect what matters most in your life.
Outreach is incredibly important because it might not be something that you're looking for on the website every day. You might not just randomly go to com.ohio.gov, but if you stop by our booth and we tell you everything we do, you might later. We have a lot of resources for Ohioans, and we keep them safe behind the scenes in a lot of ways that they might not know, and we want them to know about it.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Protecting What Matters. This episode actually marks the 2-year anniversary of this show, so we are so happy you have found us and are following us. We are also inviting you to join in the celebration by visiting us at the 2024 Ohio State Fair. Joining us today will be our Event and Employee Engagement Coordinator at the Department of Commerce, Katie Balderson, and Timmy Pierce, Executive Director for the Ohio Governor's Imagination Library. She'll join us in just a little bit. Again, we'll have that conversation with Katie first. Katie, what an exciting time for Ohio. The Governor's Imagination Library and Commerce, we are gearing up to meet so many Ohioans for one of really our biggest outreach events of the year. The State Fair runs from July 24th through August 4th. We'll be there every day. You'll be there every day, most likely. What is this time of year like for you?
I love this time of year. So if you're familiar with the Ohio State Fair, you know tradition runs deep. There's a lot of the same sometimes every year with the butter cow, but we also like to change it up a little bit to keep people who come every year coming. So we'll have a lot to offer at our booth this year.
It is one of your favorite times of year, and I can say that because I've worked with you for so long and watched as you have evolved our booth and taken it to new levels. Really, the summer vibe meets learning about our great state. So what can people listening look forward to seeing at our booth? Tell us a little bit about some of the new plans you have in store.
We've got some new things this year. So we are going to have an all-new fire extinguisher simulator this year. What that looks like is it's basically a fire extinguisher. It weighs the same as a real fire extinguisher, and it's going to have an iPad on it.
An iPad on it?
Yes, an iPad. And this will bring a fire scenario right to you. So fairgoers will have the opportunity to use this and test their hand at putting out what looks to be a real fire, and the extinguisher won't just put it out if you're not doing it right. So you've got to make sure you do it right, or it'll tell you, no, you got to sweep more.
So this isn't just like pulling the plug on it, a real extinguisher. It's a real extinguisher that's showcasing in the screen, I take it, what a fire really looks like, and the extinguisher, quote unquote, puts it out.
Absolutely. So you have to make sure you pass or do your pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep, or you will not successfully put the fire out.
I probably need to be tested on that. So I'll need to do that as soon as the fair opens. What are some of the other things? Because I know there are different things inside the Commerce House this year.
Yeah, so we're also going to have a little mock bedding inspection. We have bedding inspectors at the Ohio Department of Commerce in our Division of Industrial Compliance Division. And so you will get to take one of their special black lights on this crib. There will be a crib. There will be stuffed toys in there and bedding. And what our inspectors do is at secondhand shops, they go in and they use a black light just like this to look for these special crystallized elements that might show up that these places are required to spray in their sanitation spray. So we will have these sprayed, hopefully. And if they're not, you'll know it because you won't pick up on those crystallized elements.
So it means that that it might not be cleaned at that point with if there's no crystallized element.
Yes.
It's really important to know. I've never really thought a lot about that until I got to Commerce, of what in a thrift shop that might look like or what it might not look like.
Absolutely.
It's so important. And then we know how hot the fair can get. Oh my gosh. You have something for that too.
Oh yes. So in true fashion, we are the heart of prosperity at Commerce. Commerce, we're going to have some hot and cold packs that people can pick up. They'll be cold for you to pick up at the fair, but you can use them throughout the year because it can be heated or it can be cold. You can keep it in your freezer, throw it into a lunch pack, or if you need some heat therapy, you can throw it. I believe they're microwavable. So,
I've used those kinds of things before, which, a few seconds in the microwave can really help a sore back or something else like that. That's such a cool giveaway. I mean, really, you've just sampled a few things of the areas in which we educate Ohioans in. When you talk about the fire simulator and the crib bedding demo, we regulate so many different industries. Why are outreach and education during the fair so important?
It's so important because we have a lot of resources for Ohioans and we keep them safe behind the scenes in a lot of ways that they might not know, and we want them to know about it. If we have a resource for you, we want you to know you can go to com.ohio.gov and we can help you. So outreach is incredibly important because it might not be something that you're looking for on the website every day. You might not just randomly go to com.ohio.gov, but if you stop by our booth and we tell you everything we do, you might later.
And you'll experience it, some of those key areas. Yeah. So what else can our listeners really who plan to join us this year expect when they stop by the Commerce House at the State Fair?
We have a lot of engaging activities. So we're going to have a home buyer's checklist that you can go through. I know the housing market is crazy right now, and sometimes you might not feel equipped to know what to look for. And so this checklist will have everything for you right there as a first-time home buyer. We will have a Make Me a Firefighter interactive piece that you can come look for. There's a real push for volunteer firefighters, not only in the state of Ohio, but nationally, and you might have what it takes. So we're going to give you some tips and tell you what it takes to become a volunteer firefighter. And you might find it's not as hard as you think it is.
No, I think they will find that. You are absolutely correct. We also are hosting the state agency passport, and people can win a $529 out of this for their kids.
They can. A $529 worth $525. That's not all, though. They could also win a cabin stay at one of Ohio's state parks or a coveted 2025 Ohio State Fair package with all kinds of goodies. So yes, please stop by our booth. You can get stamped there and you can pick up a passport there.
And we'll have some other giveaways for you guys too. So we prepare for this year all year. We train and prepare. Katie, I really can't wait. Mark your calendars if you're interested in any of what we're talking about, and come visit us at the Ohio State Fair July 24th through August 4th inside the Bricker Building. And in addition to all of our giveaways, do you know who else will be at the 2024 Ohio State Fair? The Ohio Governor's Imagination Library. And coming up next, we're going to talk with Timmy Pierce, Executive Director for the Imagination Library. Learn more about their program and how to sign up kids from birth to age 5 for free books. These are absolutely free. We know you're going to want to know about this. You're listening to Protecting What Matters.
It's your money. Come and claim it. The Ohio Department of Commerce Division of Unclaimed Funds is safeguarding nearly $4 billion in unclaimed funds. So there's a good chance you or someone you know has money waiting to be claimed. Just head over to our website, unclaimedfunds.ohio.gov, to search for your name, the name of a family member, or a loved one to see if you have an unclaimed fund.
Thanks for listening to Protecting What Matters from the Ohio Department of Commerce. Commerce's Division of State Fire Marshal, located in Reynoldsburg, is the oldest established office of its kind in the United States. With a mission to safeguard the public, its property, and the environment from fire and related risks through education, regulation, investigation, and enforcement. It consists of 8 bureaus: administration, code enforcement, fire investigation, fire prevention, forensic laboratory, Ohio Fire Academy, underground storage tanks, and testing and regulation. For more information and details on the State Fire Marshal, visit our website at com.ohio.gov/fire.
Welcome back to Protecting What Matters, and joining Katie and I now is Timmy Pierce, Executive Director for the Ohio Governor's Imagination Library. Welcome to What Matters, Timmy. It's so great to have you as a guest.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's so exciting to have the program highlighted on your podcast.
We love the Ohio Governor's Imagination Library, and I'm sure you hear that from a lot of folks, but Katie and I, we try so hard to fit it into many things that we do here at Commerce.
We do. It's a great program.
It is. It's so easy to fit in because it impacts every single single, everyone knows a kid under the age of 5. And it's that simple. So it's great.
For those who haven't heard of it, and there's so many people in the state of Ohio. There's a few pockets that haven't. We might catch them on this show, this episode. For those who haven't heard of the program, give us a little bit of history and why it's really been a priority for the First Lady.
Yeah. So the governor and First Lady first learned about this program. It's probably been 7 or so years ago when their grandchildren started receiving the books in the mail to their homes. So Fran was down at the grandkids' house one day, and they came running in saying, Grandma, look, I just got this book in the mail. And she was like, what the heck? And checked it out. And at that point, the governor was running. He was early in his governor's campaign. And she said, okay, if Mike wins this thing, this is what I want to do. I want to make sure that every single child in the state of Ohio has access to this awesome program. So it's been around in Greene County and a lot of other counties across the state for, I think we just had one county celebrating their 15-year anniversary of having the program. So what the First Lady did when the governor came into office was say, okay, we're going to take this statewide so that every single kid in Ohio has access to the program. And she did that. So August of 2019, we established the Ohio Governor's Imagination Library, a standalone 501c3. And with the help of the state legislature and budget money, we were able to get it off the ground. And from then until November 2020, we canvassed the state of Ohio, finding partners and finding corners of the state where the program was not available yet. And so in November 2020, it officially became available to every single child in Ohio. Since then, we're up to 60%.
Well, that was my next question.
Over 400,000 kids in the state are getting these books.
More than 400,000 kids.
It's awesome.
We know we have more to go.
Yeah.
We know. So, and that's the reason you probably come on and do interviews like this one. Can you explain how the program works?
Yeah. So the program is available to any child under the age of 5, regardless of where you live or your income level. And it's a partnership with Dolly Parton. So Dolly Parton created this program. It's been a long time ago. And it was in honor of her father. Her father never learned how to read or write, but she said he was the smartest man she knew. So she wanted to get this program and get books in the hands of kids in Sevier County, Tennessee. And she saw what a success it was and decided to take it statewide and expand it really across the country. And now it's available in many countries. But thanks to Dolly, the program is subsidized. So we are able to buy the books, have them printed, mailed, and delivered to a kid's mailbox for $2.10 per book. And thanks to the General Assembly here in Ohio, they provided matching dollars. So for our local program partners, it costs $1.10 per kid per month. And the way that we're structured here in Ohio is that we have 70 program partners across the state. So some cover more than one county. They fundraise for that $1.10 per kid per month in their county, and then they enroll the kids. And so it's really a partnership between these 70 partners across the state, which keeps it local, and they make sure that they're enrolling kids, in their neighborhoods, working with their libraries and schools, preschools, and then our statewide organization. And then we partner with the National Dolly Parton's Imagination Library Foundation.
The community impact of this and the partnership, I don't think, Katie, I knew that until we had this conversation. To get these free books, partners in the General Assembly have stepped up to subsidize this inside our kids' homes.
Yep. They're delivering, the millions and millions of books over the last 5 years. And it's really, the way that the Dolly Parton has what she calls a blue ribbon selection committee that's made up of teachers, pediatricians, really early childhood experts who choose the books. So every child from 0 to 1 gets a certain selection of books, and then 1 to 2, 2 to 3, so they're all age appropriate. So every kid in every different age group is getting a different book to their mailbox every month.
So
Awesome.
how do families sign up?
Yeah, it's super easy. So ohioimaginationlibrary.org, and all it takes is first name, last name, birthday, so that we know which of those age appropriate books to send. And that's it.
The fair is such a big deal for everyone, every agency, every group. Tell me, what are some of your tentative plans right now, or what you're locking down for the state fair?
No, we love the state fair. We're so excited. So the Imagination Library will be in the Lausche building. We always have a booth there. We have lots of books set up and things for kids to do, coloring pages and stuff like that. And then the First Lady will be over in Casa Call. And every year at the fair, she does her cooking pizzas with kids and then does a story time after with an Imagination Library book. So we're working with the fair on figuring out when those pizza ovens are going to be there and getting all the ingredients ready so that we'll be ready to cook with kids this summer.
Katie and I and our kids have done pizzas with the kids. It was so much fun.
So fun. I wish I was up there. Really interactive, really engaging for the kids.
It's a memory.
Yeah.
Like, it's a memory that I have from the last 4 years. Core memory from the fair. So it's lovely that she does
so
this.
So fun. I think I remember you being there, and I think we had Llama Llama there one of the times.
Yes.
And it's always fun.
Which Llama Llama is a fan favorite.
Yes,
of
it
the kids.
is.
You know, we talked about partnership. Katie, how is Commerce featuring the Imagination Library this year at the fair?
So this year we're going to have a special coloring table for kids. They can come up to our booth and they can sit down, and we'll have specialized coloring pages. And we will have a little bookmark they can take home with them. It has a QR code, so when they take it home, they can sign up right then. Their parents can scan it for them. And we'll also have some little flyers for parents to take home too. If the kids don't have time to color, they can feel free to take a bookmark with them. But if parents want to sign up on the spot, they can sign up on the spot.
Awesome. That's awesome.
I believe power is in collaboration. And Timmy, why are partnerships to you and outreach events like what you do with state agencies like Commerce so important when we do things like this for you all?
Yeah, it's so important because this program, like we talked about, is for kids ages 0 to 5. So that's from the time they're born. And there are babies being born every single day and parents who don't know about this program. And so really every partnership matters. It's available to every single child. So we all interact with different groups of people, and it's just really important to get the word out there.
Thank you for sharing all that you did today and what you're doing with the library, Timmy.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Coming up next, we're gearing you up for all the interactive opportunities you'll find when you join us at the 2024 Ohio State Fair inside the Bricker Building. Again, that's July 24th through August 4th. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to Protecting What Matters. Cryptocurrency continues to be in the news. Stories of crypto millionaires have attracted some investors to try their hand at investing in cryptocurrencies or crypto-related investments. Our Division of Securities attorney John Criss reminds you that investing in cryptocurrency products can be risky.
And so if you are getting involved into a cryptocurrency investment, you need to be aware that it's oftentimes not based on, the valuation is oftentimes not based on the cash flow being produced, but in reality is just being based on some appreciation of the price that you hope will happen and may not. So it gets back to, we want people to be aware of the risks of these investments and be aware of what they're getting themselves into before they get into it.
For more information and tips on investing, visit com.ohio.gov.
Welcome back to Protecting What Matters, and I'm sitting here with Katie Balderson as I'm hosting. My name is Michaela Hunt, and we're talking about all things State Fair. Katie does so much for the Ohio Department of Commerce, and one part of her job is overseeing the State Fair booth that we have that's just been amazing for the last few years. If individuals are planning on attending the fair, what do they need to know about parking and tickets? What are some of the things you might want to share in general that will help them get to our booth?
Well, they have free general parking. It is a hike, so make sure you stay hydrated when you go there. Out front, in front of the Cardinal, the big iconic Cardinal, you can come on in. You will not have to worry about a parking fee. A lot of times you can get tickets in advance. So if you go to the Ohio State Fair's website, you can get those tickets in advance. Highly recommend. If you go first thing in the morning, there can be a line sometimes right out the front of the building. And if you've got kids, we all know the kids are just itching to get into the fair. So yes, try to purchase tickets in advance if you can.
Speaking of some people of all ages, including kids, at the Commerce House, our booth, is there something for people of all ages, including kids?
Absolutely, people of all ages. So one thing for any and everybody If you have unclaimed funds, which you might not even know you do, you can come and find them and claim them at our booth. We have people that will help you find them, tell you how to claim them, and we want you to come because we have about $4 billion in unclaimed funds.
It's a staggering amount, and we've had people find some serious money at the state fair. For those of you who are listening at home or on the go, you can look up deceased family members, and there's a way to be able to claim those funds. That's something that we've all learned in the last few years working here at Commerce. We've seen as much as, I think, $30,000, $35,000 given away at the fair. The average claim is a significant amount. And so how does it work? They're part of our booth because they're our division. But do I walk up, and what happens next?
Absolutely, you do. They'll have some kiosks there, and you can type it in on your own. If you're more of a private person, you can totally do that. But our staff is there if you want help, if you have questions about the claim, they're there. And I will say they helped 1,048 people claim their money last year.
Out of the fair?
Out of the fair. So that's not total visitors. They had way more than that. We had about 2,766 visitors just to our unclaimed funds booth. But yes, over 1,000 of those people claimed their unclaimed funds, so roughly almost 50%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A former journalist doing the math, but yeah, just around 50% of those who visited to check found money, which is really, really incredible. And you guys, this could be from, your last month's rent that you forgot somewhere to maybe stocks and bonds that someone forgot about when they passed. I mean, there's so many different ways that we get these unclaimed funds, and they're yours. We're just keeping them safely until you claim them. So really great opportunity to come to our kiosk. So that's on one side of the booth. On the other side of the booth, we have a really hot, what I'll call ticket, our bottle lottery, our OHLQ bottle lottery.
That is right. So we will have a bottle lottery. Of course, you have to be over 21 to come and enter, but this is a special bottle lottery. So if you're a bourbon chaser, you probably already know what that means, but it basically means you can only sign up for this at the fair. So your chances of winning this bottle lottery is a lot higher than most because you can't get online and enter it online. You have to come to the fair and you have to come to our booth. And last year, we had 3,880 people enter, which compared to our bottle lotteries that you enter online is a small number, but we want more. So if you're at the fair, we want you to come and enter your chances if that's your thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a really good chance of winning if you come with those numbers, and even if we get a little higher this year. And it's your chance to win an opportunity to purchase that bottle. So This is highly sought after, like Katie was saying. And so the fair really could be the moment because the email lists are big, guys. And so the number of people normally entering is a lot. This really could be your chance. I feel like Rock Hill is the product this year.
I believe so.
I think that's what it is that we have. We also have a giveaway that people have loved for what? Have we done this for 2 years or just one last year?
This will be our third year.
It'll be our third year doing it, okay? And so what do people love to get when they come to our booth?
Yes, so this is becoming kind of a little tradition. So we all know we have the need around the house or in the office or on the go occasionally to measure something. So if you come to our booth, you can get a free tape measurer. And this is a portable, lightweight tape measurer. It's a keychain. You can put it on your bag. You can put it on your keys. It goes everywhere with you, measures up to 3 feet. So anything you have around the house, just a little measure, or if you're out at the department store and you want to measure something.
That's when I need it.
Yeah, you have it. You don't have to worry about, oh, shoot, I don't have it. I'm just going to have to guess. You've got a tape measure on your keychain.
Or you have to stalk someone like it at home, that store, to get their paper version of a tape measure. You're like, no, I'm going to have my own in my purse or in my pocket. And I'm going to be ready to go. Katie, before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners?
We just really want you to come and visit our booth. There's so much to learn about what the Ohio Department of Commerce can do for you, can help you with. We do promote prosperity, and we try to protect what matters most. And we want you to visit us. We want you to know what we have for you.
Yeah, so much. Katie, thank you so much for being here today and joining the podcast.
Thank you.
And thanks to Timmy for also being our guest today. It was a wonderful conversation. Again, mark your calendars to come visit us at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. This interactive house that we have is going to be amazing, guys. Really, I mean, you've heard all about it today. Come visit us inside the Bricker Building. And don't forget to like our Instagram page. I'm going to leave a little nugget here. To be eligible for a special giveaway available to the first 200 visitors that show us they're following Commerce on Insta. So again, special giveaway to the first 200 visitors that can show us they're following us on Instagram. We're excited for you to see what that is. Thanks to you for joining us for Protecting What Matters and following all that we do. You can find this episode and others on com.ohio.gov. That's com.ohio.gov. Just look in the media center. Take care, and we'll talk soon.